You just said that in an hour you're going to turn 18. You just realized it.
Not even, in 45 minutes.
In 45 minutes. So how does it feel?
I don't feel like anything. I don't feel like much has happened. I still remember like 15, being 15. That was like, but I'm starting to feel a little older because I can't remember my childhood as much. But I don't know, middle school doesn't seem that far away. In actuality, or like elementary school, it didn't seem like that long ago. But then people be like, oh, like 2018 was like 6 years ago, or like people or something like that, and I'm just like, yeah. Now I'm a teen now, and well, in 2024, where house prices are the highest they've ever been, and jobs are at the lowest rating they've ever been as well. And I don't know if inflation is at the highest it's ever been, but it looks like the world is going great. Yes, it's going great. Can't wait to be able to buy a $500,000 house when I'm like 72, and that's just me being like delusional. I feel like in my life I'd be successful enough to be able to buy a house. But there's gonna be plenty of people in this world who will never buy a house in their life. Like there's gonna be people, like I think about that, there's people born in 2006, just like me, who will never be able to buy a house. Like we will never be able to buy a house because of where the economy's at. I think I'll be happy that I could finally use Apple Pay. I'm looking forward to that. The fact that I can actually use Apple Pay, the fact that I can ride these scooters now. The feeling of not having to lie about your age on social media. I forget which social medias they were, but like you couldn't have them if you weren't like 13 and up. And like at the time I was like, what, like 10, 11. And so I was just like, oh man, I can't use it. So I would like put my birth as like 1983 or something like that. Like now, I'm like now changing it to 2006. And it's like, oh, you're old enough for this app. Like I think I'm getting, like the fact that I'm getting to the age that like the age that people used to lie about. You shouldn't lie because now you can be charged as an adult. Like there's like so many little things that you can't do until you're 18, which I find ridiculous. Very ridiculous. I should be able to ride those scooters outside. I should be able to use Apple Pay. You know how much money I've lost out on?
You're 18, you're on your own.
People have tried to Apple Pay me, and it just didn't work. I swear.
Well,
yeah, we gotta do this every year where we go, what's one thing you're excited about for your upcoming age? This age is gonna be the fact that I get to use Apple Pay. Everything else, not fun to me. Like what are you not allowed to do? But you're allowed to buy a lottery ticket. Lame. Like what am I gonna do with that? So you're allowed to buy at 18. Can you buy cigarettes? I suppose not. No, you have to be 21, right? I hope so. I don't think 18-year-olds need to be doing that.
Yeah, and liquor you have to be 21. So.
Yeah, 21. What else can you do?
Another milestone.
Voting's nice, but voting just seems like something you should be able to do if you're like right in the head. I feel like everybody should get evaluated for voting because people will swear up and down older people know how to vote better than young people. I guarantee you a 10-year-old could probably assess presidential candidates better than a 75-year-old. But yeah, I already registered to vote. So that's not exciting. Like, see, it's not exciting. I already registered to vote when I was 16. Why is the most exciting thing about turning 18 the fact that I get to use Apple Pay?
Is that the most exciting, really?
That's the most exciting thing. That's what I'm really excited about. Like, I think it's because of my generation. Like, we just push to do everything. Like, I'm surrounded by kids in my school who do drugs that you are already supposed to only be allowed like at 18 plus, 21 plus to do. Everybody around me like at least has a tattoo. Like these things are normal. And to me, I'm experiencing it for the first time, but I've already like had exposure to it. No, but it's gonna get worse. The kids after me, think about it, they're gonna be 13. Oh, mom, can I get a tattoo? I swear. I'm praying for the next generation. Cause you think this generation's bad now? Oh, they do like crack. They like smoke cigarettes.
So you see it getting worse and worse over time, huh?
Yes, the kids in my school started doing like things like that at 15, 16 years old. These younger kids are seeing that and wanting to do that in middle school. Bro, color in a book. Like, what happened? like play basketball outside. Like, do like what happened to that game with the numbers where like it's like the hopscotch? Yeah, what happened? Like, I feel like my generation's the last generation to go outside and like do all that stuff. I think that's the saddest part. Like, all right, now growing up just seems sad. I'm upset because there's always negatives. There's always negative and positive. Every generation brings negatives and positives. Like, as you can see, my generation brought open-mindedness, right? They brought like inclusivity, like they pushed a lot of that stuff, which is good. It's brought
inclusivity.
A lot of like my generation really like broadened it for everybody. It's like really had a lot of people understand, like even the older generation too. But the worst thing for my generation is the advancement of technology. Like, it's great and all, but it's become too much. We don't play with our kids. We don't take them outside. We give them iPads, and we treat them like robots, and then they cry, and they're like, why is my kid not know how to read and write? What do you mean your child has no social skills, doesn't know how to treat other human beings, and doesn't know how to read and write? Your child has been on an iPad since they were 1 year old. So I don't understand what type of skills that you were trying to expose them to. That's why I feel like I'm the last real generation. Like, you're gonna talk to younger kids, they're not gonna be there. They're gonna be gone. You're gonna be like, what happened? What happened? It's like, it seems like after 2009, things went wrong. It's because the 2010 kids and up, something is severely wrong. They gotta be studied. But like, too many things I'd rather not have, not enough things I would like to have. Like, I gained access to things and like certain rights to things, but at what cost? What are you allowed to do when you're 18? I don't think turning 18 is as fun as people will say it is. Like, I wouldn't say I'm happy about turning 18, but that doesn't mean I'm sad about it. I don't know, I'm very calm. I don't really feel anything about the situation. That's my point. Like, there's a list here, right? Things you can legally do when you turn 18. Okay. Vote. Vote's great. That's a positive, right?
Let me say, just the fact that you could look that up and get instant responses, it's like, whoa. When I was 18, there was no resource like that but going to the library, and it would take a lot longer just to come up with a list.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So vote. What else?
Yeah, voting is great. Sue someone? Okay, that's great. What about if I lose? Now if I lose, now I owe all this money. Oh, but you have that.
So you could sue someone.
I could sue someone.
So you better know your rights. That way you don't let nobody
that's the thing. And now I'm supposed to know my rights. I just got out of high school. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, anyways, my perfect example of like why turning 18 is exciting. Credit. Oh, I can apply for credit. That's great. What about when somebody doesn't know how to handle credit? I mean, I feel like everything you're legally allowed to do when you turn 18 is like a backhanded compliment. It's like it's supposed to seem good, but then you really think about it, it's like, this is not really that good. Like, what am I getting out of this? Like, buy fireworks. Oh, great, 4th of July. Now I gotta spend money. Where am I getting money from? If I get hurt, I gotta take care of myself. Like, yo. Donate blood. Okay? Like I didn't do that before. Like, that, I don't get it. Like, now I can do it by myself. Get married. That's money. Like, what do you, like, see what I mean?
Gotta pay for the application.
Exactly. Like, what? Adopt. money, to obtain driver's permit. Yeah, that's great. Until you get a car, you can crash your car. Now, do you have money to fix your car? Parachuting. Why the hell would I want to do that? Like, why is that something I desire? Get a tattoo. Obviously, I'm seeing some positivity in that.
You like the idea of that?
That's like
one,
the
huh?
only outlet. It's like what was like, talking to a guy today. He was like, whenever I feel like I have anxiety, I call up my friend who does tattoos and say, hey, are you free? It's like, yeah, when? And he goes, and that's what relieves his anxiety. I'm like, yo, this is what adults do. Like, that's gonna cope. I'm not gonna cope that way, but I'm saying like that seems to be a positive. I'm not seeing the negative aspect. Serve on a jury. Yeah, great. Now, what if the person who's being tried disagrees with my stuff and now they coming for my life? See, like there's just threats on threats, like, right? Create your will. Now I gotta think about when I'm gonna die. Like, more. Open a bank account. Already did that. Join the army so I could get shot and killed. Like now I gotta make my will. Like you see how all of it. It's like a book. Change your legal birth name. I guess I could get a kick out of that. Man,
That costs money too.
I got all these adult things to do. Let me see, I'm bored. Let me change my name. I can travel without a parent's consent. Get a Costco card.
Okay.
I'm telling you. These are gonna be the excitements of my life. My first, it'll be like my first Costco card. My first BJ card. Consent for my own medical care. Oh, you know what's gonna be a first? I'm able to sign my own permission slips from now on. It's like, I guess I was just like anticipating much more enthralling things to come. But instead it's just like things that are gonna take over my life. I can buy and drink alcohol in most places outside of the United States.
Wow.
I could buy a pet. I can access an adult-only store. I can be free of any curfew restrictions. Like
you're gonna just be disrespectful, right? Showing up after that time.
Yeah, there's gotta be a reason. The thing is like you gotta negotiate with this person. You gotta be like, hey, like depending on where I'm going, I would really like to stay to this time. I understand that it goes past
like a one-time thing.
Yeah, me.
But
yeah, I don't know. It's not in my character to do that.
Yeah,
I feel
I don't
like
think
it's
so
disrespectful because I mean like if you're asking me to not come and I mean like this is your house, why like what's the reason I'm doing it? Plus to me, I feel like I'm doing too much because like in my head I'm like you just turned 18, relax. Like you just like, it's like I swear because some people like in my school getting tattoos, buying a whole bunch of things, like staying out until like 5 a.m. at parties because they can. And it's just like, okay, we understand that your parents like work like far and they like fly to different places, but you don't have to act like that. Like you could go home. You could go home and stay home. And
why do you think they behave like that? Because the internet shows them that they're allowed to do these things. This is why the internet is like the tree of life.
You have to have like discipline about what you ingest on social media because I have a fair share of like stupid videos and like nonsense that shows up on my social media, but I make sure that my algorithm is like informative on things that I like. And like whenever it switches to that, I try to like look up topics that are more so like based on the
things that you like.
It really depends. It's like an umbrella of things. It's like whatever I'm interested at the time. If I'm learning about something, I just learn about something. I know on YouTube, my algorithm is like very like heavily based on murder crimes. Somebody would think I was crazy. I'd be like, I'm not. Like I swear, I don't watch it. Like on TikTok, it's completely different. It's financial videos, like what credit cards to get, what to do, like what type of money choices to make when you turn a specific age, and like what you're allowed to do financially, how to like. Sometimes I even get like how to start a real estate business, like how to get into real estate businesses, like things like that. Because no, that's because like my algorithm, because I'm interested in those videos, like I like those kinds of videos and I save them because I always want to have that information saved for me, and it's like since it's like so it's spat out so quickly, I'm able to like go to exactly what I need to. I think the most interesting thing I've learned is how to make money back via taxes, via specific cards that you get, like certain things that you sign up for, like even through Roth IRA and like different accounts associated with that, associated with long-term things, like where you're stashing money away for long-term things and you can access it later in life, how to open specific accounts where you're gaining interest back, how to gain the most interest, like things like that. I always look it up because I found myself like thinking like, oh yeah, I should apply for this card, like this credit card when I'm 18. I look up the policy and like I sent it to Kelly and she's telling me like all this stuff. I'm reading the policy and I'm like, what? Like this is not like you advertise this and then there's all of this. So I'm just like, oh, this is not what you said. Well, I can buy a car.
Yeah, if you have the money.
I love how the end of the article is, but 18 isn't the gateway to all legal rights and responsibilities. In the United States, the legal drinking age for young adults is 21. Why
That's
is
all
that
they
like
said?
the epitome? Like that's the
Is
epitome
that what your
of
goal
grown.
is? Let me become a drinking age?
Oh no, sorry. The same is true with buying tobacco products, cigarettes, or cannabis in the states where it's legal. That's what I'm advertised. It's like, okay, I'm 18 now. 4 more years, and yes, I'll have access to all the drugs in the world.
I think that's been our American culture too.
Like, what's
These
wrong?
2 milestones.
There's
18.
nothing else I could do at 21 that I couldn't do at 18. Like,
Yes, it is.
I think about when I was born, and I'm like, wow, that seemed like a long time ago for you guys. Like for me, like that was my life. That's when it started. But then I think about like, it's 2024, and I was born in 2006. Like, I don't know. I just don't think I'd like to be in any of your positions. It make me feel really old and make me feel weird. Like I feel like the moment I see someone's child grow up is the moment that I will feel like, oh no, like it's settling. Like the fact that there will be a child and we'll watch it grow up and then it'll tell me that it's 15 and I'm like, I have to assess how old I am. Because I feel like, in my mind, I feel like we don't keep in mind what age we are. Because, I mean, but I grew up on like videos about like the psychology of time and how America has used, not even America, but how the government has used time to manipulate us with so many things. And one of those things is birthdays.
Birthdays.
Birthdays has you keeping track of every age that you become, and so keeping track of that time, like there's that mental note. It slows you down mentally. Age don't mean nothing. Age don't mean nothing at all. I've seen the most immature 45-year-olds. I've seen very mature and responsible, like 13-year-olds. When you say people act their age, there's associations with acting their age, right? Like when you hear like, oh, somebody's 25, that person is also associating the stereotypes and the characteristics that are said to come with being 25.
And that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm referring to. Is that we hold on to that culture of what does it mean to be 25. Just be 25. Like when I was 10, I was thinking of driving.
What happened? I don't understand what? That you're an adult now?
Yes.
On the app?
On Apple. I got my Apple Cash like I said I would. And now, as you can see on the family, I'm an adult. I'm no longer in parentheses 17. Adult. Adult just like everybody else. was just having my Apple Cash. I was so content with my massage.
She was so happy with
I was
that.
telling everybody about my massage today. I was like, my massage was so great.
Okay, wait.
I'm glad you liked it.
Happy
Birthday
To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Liv. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
Okay, wait, I have to like make a wish. I can make meaningful.
I was getting the notes on.
At 15, she writes a letter to her future self.
Anyways, I really hope you do great things in the future and try to stay positive. I'm beyond proud of us because there were many times in my life where I never thought I'd get to see this day. Also, please tell me you moved out because, oh my lord. That was it. It was just, oh my lord. Oh, do you have a cat yet? Because I want one right now, so I hope you got one. Still no cat. Also, don't be afraid to ask our sister for help. After all, she did work at Apple, even though I know it may be difficult for us some days. Well, that was my childhood, I guess. On to my adult stuff. You know the vibes. Okay, now I've got to go enjoy my summer. Much love from the past 15-year-old Liv.
Happy birthday, Olivia.